All right, y'all. I gotta call it like it is. Hernandez Govan found not guilty, y'all. That's the thing. Man, when you go to trial, you have to prove your case beyond a reasonable doubt. And in this case, like I said, I'm not the expert. I'm just going off what I see in the news. In this case, you know, it is kind of very hard to prove that conspiracy against him because nobody ever saw him exchange money. And the witness, who is Cornelius Smith, he's not credible because he's already, he's the one who did the deletion, and they already know that he's up there testifying to get time shaved off his sentence. But at the end of the day, you have to go with the facts. Nobody seen that man exchange any money. So a lot of things was just hearsay. The fact that the girlfriend, Cornelius' girlfriend, saw, them speaking after it, nobody knows what they was talking about. So what it boils down to with looking at this, guys, because I didn't watch the entire trial, just keeping it real with y'all. It boils down to your word against mine. Cornelius' word against Govan's word. He told me that it was a hit. They don't have no text message that he said it was a hit. They don't have no email that he said it was a hit. They don't have no tape conversation saying it was a hit. They don't have none of that. You know, they didn't exchange no money. So this is another example of how, you can use the system and they have loopholes. See, when you catch a case, you don't have to prove that you're not guilty. The prosecutor has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you did what you're accused of. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's another reason why Hernandez Govan didn't take the stand, because he would have been able to get cross-examined by the prosecutor. Do you dig what I'm saying? So this is how law works. You know he did it, but can you prove he did it? See, somebody did something, but can you prove it in court? And that's the way this great America works. They cannot prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. And like I said, I already gave y'all a lot of the reasons why you couldn't. And like I said, when you use somebody as a star witness, that's a convicted felon, sort of like in the YSL case with Lil Woody, he is he can't be trusted, and the judge is gonna look at and the jury is gonna look at him as a liar. So hey, man, shout out to Hernandez Govan for beating that case, but they gonna get you in the streets, bro. You already know it's over for you.